Alrighty. I just ordered a pizza, so now, everybody, you and I get to catch up as we wait for my pizza to get here. Looks like it's going to take around a half an hour, which I can definitely wait that long. So yeah, welcome. We are doing a Catching Zeez solo podcast, 0.5 episode. We haven't had a podcast in a minute, and the reason for that is basically just because I've just been on the grind. I've just been kind of doing the same thing the past few weeks. Haven't really had anything like super eventful happen. Just been hard at work on the channel. So IDV channel, Identity 5 channel is going well. I've been doing some more Pokemon content recently, keeping things up with Fire Emblem and whatnot. And as for keeping my New Year's resolutions, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm hopefully going to be playing catch-up here sometime soon. So I did start off pretty well with Zeez G2, uploading every single Saturday, and then I started I started missing it, missing a lot of the uploads, mainly because the Has Been Hotel video that I did. It took a lot of effort because it was like so long, so I couldn't get it done immediately, and I had to like make sure it couldn't get copyrighted and whatnot. And then I was a little bit demotivated when I saw the results of that video. I was really hoping that that video would get like at least like maybe 50,000 views, but it only got 15,000. So that was a little bit sad, honestly. I was like really hoping that since that Has Been Hotel was like super popular, that video would kind of pop off a little bit. But it didn't really. It didn't really pop off that well. Which is weird because I feel like my target audience does enjoy Has Been Hotel, so I'm not really sure what the problem with that video was. I think it just lacked like any super flashy editing. Like the editing was fine, but it wasn't like stellar or anything. It was mainly just like 5-second clips all like kind of combined together with like some visual examples, but there wasn't any like super snappy editing that I'm planning for like other videos. Which I guess is fine, but I was still hoping it would do a little bit better because I see plenty of other editors do stuff like that, and they're completely just fine with that. But there are lots of other things that I have planned for Zeez G2. I'm probably going to upload a video on this new indie show that I saw show up called Port by the Sea. That's probably going to be a video very soon. It's a lot of videos that I just have planned, but it's like the order of them and when I want to do them and whatnot. But I just kind of have to like start hammering them out is the biggest thing. So that's the kind of update there with Zeez G2. But I need to work more, I guess I need to work more on that channel specifically. But all the other channels right now, they're doing pretty fine. I need to do more uploads onto this one. I've actually been looking into actually finally finishing the unboxing videos that I need to do. I have so many things I have to unbox that I want to do like little short videos onto this channel. And I want to try and get back into streaming as well, because there are just so many games that I need to play. So I'm kind of just playing catch up right now. I'm kind of just playing catch up, and I feel like I'm almost in a position where I can start actually getting there. But I just feel like I need one more thing complete before I can do that. I'm not gonna say what it is right now, but I feel like I need like one more major thing complete before I can finalize doing all of these things. Which you'll probably see like hopefully within a couple of months or something if I can. You know, work pretty consistently at it. So yeah, that's basically a lot of the stuff that I've been doing the past few weeks. I've been playing some old 3DS games because the 3DS eShop is actually closing down in about a month. So there is probably going to be some content featuring 3DS games, specifically like online modes and whatnot, coming sometime soon. Because I want to get as much gameplay as I can featuring those online modes before they're like gone forever. Because we only get one more month of it, which is pretty sad. I do believe that there are some people working behind the scenes to create some servers that we can use so that we can still play online. But it's not going to be like run through Nintendo. It's going to be like completely fan related, and there probably isn't going to be like nearly as many people that know about that, unless people are like really hardcore wanting to look into it. So. And I think it might also be like you need a modified DS to actually participate in it as well, which I do have, actually. I have one modded DS. I mean, what? No, I would never mod anything. What the heck? Did I say modded? I meant codded. I slapped a cod on it, a bunch of fish. Yeah, that's right. I went fishing the other day, slapped a bunch of cod on my 3DS. Works just like a charm, dude. That's what I meant to say. Modded, I've never heard. What even is a mod? Like a moderator? Like a moderator? Yeah, Discord moderator. Yeah. Rant aside there, though. yeah, just been playing like stuff like Kid Icarus Uprising. I actually did start playing a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Started Nuzlocking Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire on my Pokemon channel. I want to get back to playing the White 2 Nuzlocke that I started like a little over a year ago. But that game is also just kind of hard to Nuzlocke. I lost the champion like 3 times, so that kind of sucks. She is no pushover, let me tell you that. But besides that, today is actually February 29th. This day only happens every 4 years. It is also Year of the Dragon. Gotta give it for Year of the Dragon. So that's pretty cool, you know? Lots of like cool dates are happening. I don't know what it is. I have this really weird obsession with like cool dates and like uploading on specific dates, right? Like on the very first day of the year, I like uploading like a stupid amount of videos, because it's like, yeah, let me just like boom, get all these content uploads on like the very first day of the year. That'll be cool. So when I look back on it, it's like, look at all these uploads I did on the first day of the year. That's kind of what I'm doing today. It's like, look at this. I uploaded on a freaking January 29th. And I don't know if I actually uploaded on January 29th 4 years ago. I can actually go look at my gaming channel right now as I'm talking about this. But yeah, it's one of those days that just kind of feels a little special, right? I guess some people that were born on this day are actually, you know, have their birthdays. I always thought the joke was kind of goofy of, you know, if your birthday was on the 29th, it's like, oh, well, you're only a fourth of whatever your age is. Such a goofy dad joke, but I kind of like it. All right, I just looked it up. This is actually a pretty interesting coincidence. It's the last video that I uploaded on February 29th, 4 years ago, was my Fire Emblem Three Houses Ashen Wolves finale, the DLC for Fire Emblem Three Houses. It was the last part of that DLC, and I uploaded it on February 29th, 2020. Kind of crazy to think that was 4 years ago. That's actually a bit of a coincidence, thinking about that, because that playthrough was actually like, I guess the very first time I was noticed on YouTube, because I started off as a Let's Play channel, just making a bunch of Let's Plays, and it wasn't until the Fire Emblem Three Houses videos was when my channel actually started getting like a little bit more attention, because they got like, yeah, they got some pretty good views. I don't want to say like 1,000 for each video, but I think like in the peak uploads, I was probably getting like maybe like 2K on the big ones. I think it averaged around like maybe 300 to 400 views. Yeah, actually probably like around 500 to 600. I don't know. There are some videos that have a lot of views, like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and then there are some that are like down in the 200s. So I don't know. It was kind of weird. Either way, that was like the first time I actually got noticed on YouTube. So that's a bit of a coincidence there. Honestly, I can't lie. It was pretty interesting to think about that was what I uploaded on the 29th. And now today I think I have an Identify video and then this video. So not too many other videos being uploaded today, unfortunately. But you know, I was quite busy today. In other news, I did start I actually started watching Bleach, funny enough. I know Bleach is like kind of like an old show. It was like one of the super like popular shonen anime type shows that kind of ran along with like One Piece and whatnot. And I started watching it because one of my friends was watching it and they recommended it to me. And I was like, okay, it's all right so far. Honestly, I've only seen about 10 episodes, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it does not nearly have as much as, it doesn't have the same grip that like One Piece got me with. Like when I first started One Piece, I was like, oh boy, here we go. So I think back when I started watching, there were like 700 episodes. Like, here we go, episode 1 of 700. Oh boy. Like, it felt like a chore. And then I watched like the first few episodes and I was like, I freaking love this. I freaking love this. I'm like, I'm here for it, dude. I'm all the way, dude. I'm going all the way. And then when I'm watching Bleach, I kind of had like the same feeling. I was like, oh boy, here we go. And honestly, it does not capture me in the same way that One Piece did. Well, One Piece right now, I mean, maybe I'm just a bit biased because I'm super far into One Piece. I'm pretty much caught up with the manga, and I've watched all the anime up to the Wano arc. I haven't started the Wano arc yet, but also that's because One Piece hasn't finished making the Wano arc, so that's part of the reason why. Because I'm not going to go into One Piece. I'll talk about that maybe some other time. But it's like a fan-edited version, basically, that cuts out the filler. That's all you really need to know. But when it comes back to Bleach, I have seen about 10 episodes. And like I said, it's not as interesting as One Piece to me. It doesn't have that same type of hold. The first episode, honestly, was kind of boring. I can't even lie. Like, One Piece's first episode was so good. And then I'm watching this and I'm like, okay. I mean, sure, why not? And I honestly, that's kind of how I felt for like the first 3 or maybe like till episode 5. There's like a cool like short arc that happens. I think it's like this 8th. I think it's the 8th or 9th episode when it talks about Ichigo's mother. Ichigo is the main character, and it has something to do with his mother. I'm not really going to go into the details like what happens, but it has something to do with his mother. And it's a really interesting arc. Honestly, I liked it. It was pretty short, but I actually was like really interested in that. And that was what was like probably my very first time where I was like, okay, let's go, Bleach. I'm ready. All I know is that apparently it gets a lot more hype as it goes on, but the beginning honestly is rather tame, and I guess that's fine, right? I'm giving it time to cook. I'm gonna let it try and do its thing because it's super popular for a reason, right? Like a lot of people like it, and even though again it has nowhere near the amount of like hype levels that One Piece or like any of the other like super hype animes do, like Hunter x Hunter does, like I'm giving it time to simmer. I'm giving it time to cook. So that's pretty cool. And speaking of cooking, there is actually another show that I started. I saw a lot of just like clips of it being uploaded online, and that is Delicious in Dungeon, also known as I think like Dungeon Meshi, because I believe Meshi means food. I believe there's like multiple words for food in Japanese, but I think Meshi is one of them. Anyway, I haven't seen all the episodes yet, but it's a really, really goofy show. It basically just features like this, you know, a typical like D&D like fantasy crew going down into this dungeon, and because they don't have any food that they brought with them, they're gonna kill monsters instead. And it's like, oh no, we have to kill these like icky monsters. They're so gross and disgusting. But turns out when you cook them well, they actually are delicious. And there's like 2 of the characters are like super obsessed with eating the monsters, and 2 of the other ones are like, yeah, I don't want to eat these things. So it's a pretty interesting clash, and the characters are actually really fun. And there are also some like action scenes in there as well. The world building is like a little weird because they treat it like you can. They mention that you can like die, but it's so weird because like they treat death as if like, you know, you're gonna be dead forever. But they also say like, oh, that was the first time that I died. So it's like, are they in a video game? I don't really know how like the death works in the world. They don't really explain it, honestly, unless I missed it somewhere. But it's been a pretty popular show, and I've had a good time watching it. It's one of those seasonal animes, so it's still ongoing right now. I think it's only on like episode 8 or 9. I don't even know. I'm only on episode 5, so I just like it so far. It's been pretty fun. And I'll probably finish watching the first season. I was thinking about making a video on it, maybe because it was kind of popular, but I don't know if I will. Another like Zeez of G2 type video, but I don't know. We'll see. I do like it though. It has been pretty fun. And I think as for what I'm watching right now, that's about it. When it comes to Frieren, I was watching that, but I still need to catch up on the rest of the series. The thing about it is like it's just very depressing, so I feel like I have to be like in a good mood whenever I watch it, because I typically like watching shows late at night. But when I watch like Frieren, it's like when you watch something late at night that's like super deep, it just makes me want to think. So I feel like I can't even focus on the show. It just makes me want to think about my own life. So I feel like when I watch Frieren, I have to watch it like during the daytime or something, because I think it's like a psychological thing. Like every time people always say like, oh, never trust how you think about your life past like 8 p.m. or something. I forget how the meme goes, but it's something like that, right? Because like when you're winding down at the end of the day, like and everything is like dark and whatnot, people tend to get a lot more. I don't know what the word is, like emotional. They tend to like be thinking more. I don't know what the word is. Again, I guess a good example of this is sometimes when I have been with friends, I've been more willing to open up when it's nighttime and they can't see me, or they just hear like my voices or whatever. And then like during the day when I'm like right next to them, I feel like it's easier to talk, like have like my friends call it deep talk, where it's like we talk about our lives and whatnot. But I feel like if it is like a deep talk, it's so much easier to do it at night when like you can't see each other. Cause I feel like it's just like less embarrassing to like not see each other's faces where you only hear each other's voices. I guess it's like easier to focus. I don't know. Either way, when it's nighttime, I tend to think about like more dark and depressing thoughts than I do like more upbeat and happy thoughts. I think it's just, again, a psychological thing that every human experiences. So yeah, that's why I don't watch Frieren late at night sometimes, because I feel like I can't even finish the episodes without having to like think about my own life. Which I guess is like a nice part about the show. It really does get me thinking about like my own life and the choices that I'm making right now, and like what choices I should be making or should not be making. Stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. to watch Frieren, but I just need to continue with the show. And I've been told like some of the future episodes that are more filler based and are less like philosophical or like psychological, which I guess is fine. You know, that's completely fine. Not every show could be like super deep all the time. You gotta have some more lighthearted moments. So I guess I'm looking forward to those, but for now I'm probably not gonna watch Frieren, at least late at night. But yeah, again, when it comes to like being late at night, that's the only time I've really had to watch things, because, you know, during the daytime I'm working on videos. Been doing streams in the evening sometimes whenever I have the time and whatnot. So yeah, just kind of doing like the work-life balance thing and whatnot. One thing that I have missed a lot is since it's been super cold out, I can't really take walks like I used to. I usually like taking like a walk every day. I usually walk around for like half hour maybe, but it's so cold out, so now I can only take like 5-minute walks before I start getting too cold. And the thing about it is I can't think. Normally I like using my walks. I usually like thinking and taking in the fresh air. And I can usually handle the cold. It's not too bad. But the thing is, all I can think about is, wow, it's cold out here. Wow, it's cold out here. It just interrupts my train of thought every time. Every time like the wind blows and I'm like, oh, that's cold. It interrupts my train of thought. So it's hard to focus on thinking, which is usually, again, what I do a lot of the time when I go on walks. So I've been missing that a lot recently. And it's been especially weird with how the weather has been in my area recently. It's so weird because like it was like a few days ago, it was super hot. It was like 70 outside. The next day, snowing. It was like snowing, 20 degrees or less. And then the next day, again, it was back up in the 60s, 70s. And then it was snowing again yesterday. And then today, boom, it's freaking hot again. It's so weird. It's like off and on snow. It's so bizarre, dude. Weather patterns are just so jank right now. It's very freaking weird. And there hasn't even been that much snow, honestly, lately. There has been like a severe lack of snow this year, which I guess a lot of people are like gonna be cheering for, at least in my area. But I do like the snow. I like having some snow here and there. So it's been a little sad to see the lack of snow. I guess one last thing that I've been seeing lots of memes posted about recently is some Willie Wonka experience. Like it's so weird. So I actually don't know too much about this thing, but apparently it was like a little play place for kids to play in, and it was like stupidly expensive. But it was called like the Willie Wonka experience or something. And basically they just had like a little set design where kids could come in. And it was supposed to kind of look like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory kind of thing. And they would go in and like do some like little fun games and whatnot, take like a little tour of the area. But apparently it was like super low budget. The set was just absolutely terrible. The script that they made was actually made by an AI. And it was just... It's so stupid, dude. Like, all the memes around it are so stupid. And one of the stupidest memes about it is this new character that the AI created called The Unknown. And there's this one specific clip where it's like, it's supposed to be Willy Wonka going like, oh, what is that? It's the unknown. And it's really bad because it's some poor like cheap costume of like somebody with like a big wig, like some like black gown and a stupid mask. And it's honestly like the most like Dollar Tree costume like you've ever seen. And they just kind of appear behind a mirror, and like just looking at it is so funny just because of how low budget it is. And again, it's apparently just like some horrible attraction. Like it's just extremely low budget. And apparently it was advertised as like a really cool experience. And I think like the tickets to get in were like somewhat expensive or something. And people are just saying like it's a waste of money. It was completely horrible. But people are just memeing on it, calling it like super funny. And seeing the clips that have come out of it and like the memes are actually pretty funny. I can't even lie. It is pretty funny. Especially the new character called The Unknown, which again is just some really stupid discount costume. I absolutely love it, honestly. I've been really loving the memes from it recently. And I'm probably gonna leave it there since my pizza is almost here. It's gonna be here in like 2 minutes. But I wanted to say, guys, if you haven't had chips and salsa in a while, definitely have some chips and salsa. I had chips and salsa today for like the first time in like 2 years, and I forgot how freaking good it is. It's a lot of sodium, so obviously like eat it in moderation, but it's so good, dude. I ate too many chips and salsa. I ate like a half a bag of chips, and like a fourth of a thing of salsa from a jar. It was like way too much, but it was so good. I completely forgot how good it was. I had to stop myself from eating it because I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm about to just finish like the whole bag and all the salsa at this point because it was really good. Again, lots of salt, lots of sodium, so definitely don't like eat too much of it. But like if you haven't had a solid chips and salsa in a while, guys, definitely do it. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go eat my pizza now and get back to work, upload this and whatnot. Sorry for the mini podcast. I would like to go on a little bit longer, but a lot of my friends are busy right now doing lots of different things. So that's what we got for this week. So yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. Happy Leap Day. I'll see you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.